Hello, hello. What's going on? We are sitting here with Mr. Royce Barnett.
Hey.
How you doing, sir?
I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming over. You're very, very busy. He has 27 podcasts.
Soon to be a 28.
Yeah, so you do a lot of podcasting, it seems like.
Yeah, I would just call myself an overall like a creative.
Right.
Yeah, so I keep myself busy. I try to, do multiple podcasts. I host events. I'm about to start throwing a music showcase. Just keep myself busy. Yeah.
Nice. What got you started? What was the first thing you delved into?
So honestly, I worked at a coffee shop for 10 years and grew in that, but through there I was able to meet a lot of people, make a lot of connections, and I was already really into music, but from there, meeting right people, I was able to get deeper into the local music scene. And so seeing at a lot of shows, being seen at coffee shops, I connect with people pretty easily. And so basically once I find a most dope person, I'm like, you're my friend now.
Right.
And so just building those friendships and foundations. And I always kind of wanted to do a podcast. I was going to do it by myself, but the homie Fat Boy, the one that I do Stuck in the Middle podcast with, he asked me to be a guest on it, and it worked well. So actually, we lost those podcasts. Those are we'll upload them eventually because we switched from SoundCloud to Buzzsprout.
Ah, gotcha.
And so we lost all of them. But the first, I started in 26. So 26, 27, 28, it says featuring or with Royce Barnett.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, that's when I joined in, and that's when I was dubbed Crunkchocolate.
Yeah, the new moniker.
And I kind of just ran with it because Crunkchocolate was always my Instagram handle. And I was like, they have a name, I need to think of a name. And I was like, I have a name. There you go.
Now, that would be the Stuck in the Middle podcast, huh?
Yes, Stuck in the Middle.
Do you guys ever have any guests on that, or is that just you two?
It's just us two. We wouldn't mind doing guests, but he kind of jumps out the window. He says crazy stuff.
Yeah.
He talks out of his ass all the time. That's kind of his thing. And so we can't just really have anyone, because if we have an upstanding human being who's
right.
and then he's just calling his wife a bitch. I mean, he doesn't do it often. Last week he was complaining about how he's staying at home because they're making a transition, and so he's been cleaning and she's not really paying attention, so he's like, that bitch. So it was funny, but under if we're get a politician or a business owner or something, they just so we just don't our brand is growing. We know what we are aiming for, and we don't really want to mess with that.
Nice.
Yeah, if you ever did, you'd have to just give them a questionnaire or something. Are you okay with vulgarity?
No, because I'm the single fun guy, so I also I'm into social issues and politics and stuff like that. So I, for the most part, lead the conversations.
Yeah. And
then he's the funny guy with the quips and the nonsense and stuff like that. Yeah. So
Nice,
it's just people could totally do it. I mean, just worst case, they just be quiet. But I want someone who will be able to come in and have some fun and stuff like that. We're looking towards doing that, but we wanted to really build the podcast.
When did you start?
So it was almost 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, because I started on 26 and we just did episode 91.
Ooh.
Oh.
So it's been a process, and it comes out every single week on Fridays. You find it on all major streaming platforms. We try to do the YouTube where we would record it, but I don't know, just kind of became a little too much.
Yeah,
and it's mainly just because it's personal, because I do most of the social media posting and stuff like that, and then basically I just forgot my camera a couple of times in a row.
I like
that problem.
I like the setup for the clips you guys post.
Yeah,
with the little sound waves and stuff. I like that.
It's fun. Yeah, I just find little clips. It's a fun way to kind of get people into it, because
kind of I don't know, a hook, line, and sinker, because you see the caption of the video, or the clip, and that's what drew me into.
I try to almost make it ridiculous, and I was also trying to find a consistency, because it's all about branding and having things, and so it's been a process. I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot. It's been fun. It's been learning my whole voice, because with working in a coffee shop, you never know who's gonna come in, so you kind of have to be consistently nice to everybody always, even if they're a terrible person, even outside of the coffee shop, and that is mentally draining for me.
For sure,
especially because I like just like being myself. I joke a lot, but I joke a lot with knowing like I care about the world and stuff like that. So it's just like I'll make a joke, but it's a joke. It's not like me being a terrible person.
Right.
Not everybody gets that.
Yeah.
So it would get me into trouble. And so I was like, all right, I got to get out of here.
Right.
And so now I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna be me 100% of the time. Fuck your face if you don't like me. Like,
there you go.
Like I don't care.
Yeah,
Fuck your face if you don't like me. I like that.
Yeah, that's one thing. People just can't draw the line between jokes and reality anymore. It seems like
it's getting a little weird nowadays, and I get it. Like, don't be terrible people,
right?
But not everybody's a terrible person.
But you can still have a sense of humor.
Like, please, let's. Like, everything is so intense. Why can't we laugh? Let's laugh, please.
Some levity.
Yeah, exactly. It's so intense. Like, we need to be more chilled out and joking around. But shit, where'd you guys get that name? Stuck in the Middle?
So basically, just because it's two black men in the middle of Iowa. So we're just like,
nice.
Stuck in the middle.
Stuck in the middle.
Yeah,
there you go.
And so, like, even our emblem is like us sitting on the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
Like, our whole thing is like, we don't shy away that we're from Iowa. Like, we're very proud that we're from Iowa, especially because a lot of people, you get that whole like, there are black people in Iowa, and so it's just like, yes, we're here. We're fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
We're aware of the world, our culture. Just so like, listen, like, we're out here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, we just started releasing like mob clips, little highlights of our shit.
Yeah,
it's gonna
fun.
it's good. It'll keep me busy because I got like 2 years to go through. Like, the old shit. And I was like,
I'm kind of like thinking to
Plenty of
myself,
content.
what's taking him so long, man? He's like, because he took. I think you've taken like what you've worked on two MOBCASts.
we did like 3. We got through 3.
He's got like
so
fucking
far.
15 clips from 3 of them. I'm like, I thought
He
you'd
likes
just
to
take a couple.
exaggerate. It's 7 clips, less than half of his projection.
Yeah. So that's just basically it. Just cut every single thing he says in half, and that's that number.
Just chop the whole thing up. All right, the whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, I get it though, because even with ours, I make a clip every single day. So I make a 30-second one that I can put on the stories, and then a minute-long one that we make as posts. So I get it. You have to make it's a lot of listening, it's a lot of cutting. There's significantly more work into all of this than I realized.
Yeah.
And people will realize and stuff like that. So it's been really cool because, people are just like, you do this and it seems easy. And it's just like, it's not. I'm stressed.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm like up all the time and not much sleep. But it's been a grind, and I've truly been free. So it's
Yeah, and as long as you're loving what you're doing.
Yeah, is it fruitful to you?
Yeah.
I mean, it must be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting with podcasts. You can take it like as far as you want. Like you could just simply just have a simple mic and this and that, record. That's it.
Yeah.
And you're done. Or you could, get more in depth with like the clips, filming it, whatever.
Yeah.
Like just going crazy. And
Yeah. And our whole thing is we don't edit, so we just literally hit play.
Right.
And we do it. And so like the first few episodes we were in together, we were growing the chemistry. So there were like 3 to 5 second gaps in between.
Right.
And then I also, from coming where I came from, I was very like stiff. So if he ever made like a joke, I'd just be like, ugh.
Yeah.
So like now I'm more relaxed, and if he makes a joke, I'll jump in with him. It's just like laughing and stuff like that. So like I've truly grown as a person.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a really clean podcast, honestly, because there's very little time in between. We read each other very well. I'm super excited. Like don't mean to brag, but it actually is a really good podcast.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy
That's
listening
good.
to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Seems like other people are digging it too, so that's good.
Yeah, and that's always great because I mean, for the longest we were kind of just talking to each other.
Yeah, that's how it was. We always would joke. I still even make that joke sometimes. Like, no one's listening.
Yeah, when it's just us two. Especially when it's just us two, because I feel like we pull in maybe more eyes when we have like a local artist or entrepreneur or a creative on, rather than it's just Code V and Poor Bill again, just shooting the shit. You already know about us. So.
Yeah.
But that's why people watch. They watch for you guys, and then other people help.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's been fun for sure. Yeah, I like talking to all the different people. Around QC and shit.
Yeah.
Like so many.
Yeah.
You can never run out of.
No,
guests,
you guys have truly had a good chunk of my friends where it's just like, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
It was good.
Yeah, I see you guys, and this fact that you guys do like a visual podcast, that's like really fun and really cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and it's a process. Like eventually we'll have nice mics all around, and eventually we'll have like a decent camera and this and that.
I mean, but the good thing is,
Gets the job
everything
done.
looks solid, everything sounds solid. People don't know,
Right.
So it's just like, these are $400 mics. This is a $1,000 camera.
Yes, exactly.
You don't know.
I will say I do. I don't want to brag, but I will say I think we got the dopest studio,
No, this place is
the
super cool.
trippiest studio.
I'm like home. I'm comfortable.
People said that it's kind of cozy. They can relax.
Oh yeah,
It's
no, I'm
good.
totally relaxed.
It
You
is
guys offer
kinda
me water. I'm hydrated.
Oh, yeah.
I thank you.
Compliments of the
room
mob.
temperature though.
Yeah, room temperature.
That's only my
water.
quarrel with it is it's room temperature.
Yeah, might
water.
have to keep some refrigerated if the guests prefer the refrigerated water.
See, and I don't. I prefer like room temperature.
Yeah. It does
Yeah,
hydrate
same.
you quicker, I
Yeah.
guess. So.
Well, and I get like the brain freezes really easily.
Yeah.
You know, no, I don't do ice. I don't do straws. Like, just give me the hydration. It's just to make my body feel better.
Oh yeah.
No more, no less. So thank
Oh
you.
yeah, of course, anytime.
So you're originally from where'd you say?
So Quad City area. I've been here since middle school,
Okay.
but I grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Gotcha.
nice.
So I have a Southern raisin, and so they're like few words that I say a little weird every now and then. It doesn't stick out, and then I'm like obnoxiously polite at moments, and so I've been really trying to work on that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, people in the Midwest, specifically the Quad City area, they are too.
Yeah.
So like you can say it's like so, and there's nothing wrong with like having manners, especially in this world.
Right.
Yeah, I have an issue with saying sorry too much when I'm in like not a so comfortable situation
Especially
around
when you
people.
shouldn't say sorry and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Like, that's my
exactly. I
biggest
feel
thing.
like a fucking idiot. Like it's like a reflex.
Yeah, my big thing is asking, why are you sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why are you
yeah.
sorry?
Someone says sorry. I'm like, for what?
Yeah. Like, why are you sorry?
Yeah, to
I
the
don't
point
know.
to the point where they get mad at you. Like, dude, stop saying it.
Please, because you're not sorry.
Right, exactly.
like-
Don't. It doesn't mean anything when you say it that much.
Yeah. Like that's literally how I work. It's like, don't say sorry because one day I'm gonna need you to say sorry.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
mean
yeah.
it, and I'm not gonna believe you.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
It's gonna be nothing.
Hold in the tuck.
Yep.
Shrug.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. Now, what was the next thing you did? What was like the second podcast you got into?
so I do a beer industry podcast. That one is called What's Tappening. And so honestly, that one's still very fresh. We just recorded episode 4 and 5 today. I was only a part of 5. It's with the homie Glenn Cole. He is the head brewer out in Geneseo Brewery. He came from St. Louis. He's seriously a super cool person. Like once upon a time, he like owned like a music group, so like he like helped bands tour and stuff like that. So
wow.
him and I have like a huge music like ties, and he's just like a dope person. His wife Robin's a dope person. Mary, they have some like cute kids and stuff like that. And so it's from the idea of a head brewer who's been brewing for 5-ish years, something like that. And so he's so deep in it, like he'll just like spout out words and he's not even aware that he's like elevated beer talk.
Right,
And so
right.
it's just like, wait.
Yeah. Hold on, let me look this up.
These, what did you say? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm growing. Like I know more about beer than I would say the typical average person.
Right.
But not enough to be like, I
Yeah.
totally know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because then like he's like more of the expert, and then there's you,
Yeah.
to where when he starts spewing that shit, you
Yeah.
can be like, well, hold on,
Yeah.
explain for the audience or whatever.
Yeah, so people don't need to feel overwhelmed about it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we started off by talking about like good beers we've tried lately, things that we liked, places we've been to, and then we do like a general beer topic. So the episode we just recorded, we talked about it's called Gypsy Brewing or Nomadic Brewing, and it's brewers who don't necessarily have their own brewery. They just go to other breweries and brew their beer there.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay.
And so there are some like really big breweries who do that, like Evil Twin and Stillwater, and they make fantastic beer, but they'll have like 10 beers made in like 6 different breweries all over the world.
Oh, so they go to a
Damn.
brewery and make their own stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Wow.
it's like distributed by these people, so it's
That's kinda
almost
cool.
like collaborations, but they're like very hands-on.
Yeah.
That's
And so,
interesting,
yeah.
yeah.
And so we just kind of like broke that down. Well, he broke that down, and I just kind of like asked some questions and stuff like that. And then we always do like a beer sampling throughout it. So we tried 3 different nomadic brewers. And so
Nice.
there's like nomadic brewing. So those are people who go to different breweries and brew their own beer. There's contract brewing, and so you just have a recipe and you just give it to people.
Oh, wow.
And you pay them to make it for you. And then there's this alternative, I don't even remember what the word is. Propagating? Anyway, it's, you literally just tell someone what beer you want, and you don't really have much control at all other than that. And they just go, all right, this is how much it costs. Have your beer now.
Wow.
And that one is like the least profitable one.
Yeah.
So that one like made his brain hurt, because as a brewery, it's just like, you make beer that's delicious to then also make money.
Yeah.
So if you're only making like $20 or $40 out of this, like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was just like, it's probably just people who have like weddings and they just want like their own named beer.
Right, yeah.
Like that.
I didn't even know that was a thing. So.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's
I
crazy.
didn't either. So like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I truly enjoy it because it's introducing a side of a culture that most people might not know. And it's from like, it's fun. It's like, it's relaxed. It's just like, you don't have to worry about like us over like talking over your head or whatever, because I'm here and I don't really know much about it either.
Right,
so if
right.
something goes over my head, I'm like, what do you mean by that? Or I'll try to like break it down to like the everyday human context, because like I said, I have slight more knowledge.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, so by you saying this, let's compare it to this. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you guys ever plan to have like other people from the industry as guests on or
Yes.
something?
So we've already had a couple. We've had Andrew Arnold. Well, I believe we've had the head brewer of Rebellion. The other episode he recorded that I wasn't able to get to, we did it over at Midwest Ale Works.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we have actually we were just in Chicago for a Quake Fest, which is a particular type of Norwegian yeast, and it was hosted by Omega Yeast, which is this really cool like yeast company.
Oh, wow.
And we got like a tour, lots of just beer, brewers from all over the nation, and so I made a lot of connections and friends with them.
Nice.
And so yeah, planning on doing like 7 guest spots from other breweries and Omega Yeast. Like that was like the coolest one, because it's the owner of Omega Yeast, and Omega Yeast is like this giant, well-known, like they're like one of the best yeast companies out there.
Wow. Okay.
And so like I think they said they have 75 strains of yeast that they make right now.
Wow.
And so like when we did the tour, it literally looked like some like mad science laboratory,
Yeah.
because they just beakers, everything's like spinning and swirling and microscopes, and it's just like,
Damn.
oh, I'm way overwhelmed. I did not think
Yeah.
that this is what this was going to be.
Yeah.
Especially as me as just like a everyday person, this was really cool. But it was like really cool seeing like the brewers who like that's their shit, and they were losing their shit.
Yeah.
It was literally like a kid in a candy store watching them.
I'm sure.
And
Yeah.
it just gave us, it was so much beer. It was so much beer.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like the whole company's just focused on the one part, like
Exactly.
just the yeast. And
Like
everything.
in yeast, it seems like a really small thing, but it does so much for your beer. And so but it was really cool, because you don't necessarily think about yeast is this one thing, hops are this one thing. You need all of it. It's science. It literally is science. It's
Yeah.
magic. It's, you put all these things together at a certain temperature for a certain length, and hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
Like hopefully it's good.
Yeah, man, there must be so much to like beer and alcohol. Like you could just go down a rabbit
Yes.
hole. Like,
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Sometimes Glenn does it. I'd be like, come back up.
Yeah. I'm still up here.
Damn, that's insane. So that's just recently launched then?
Yeah. I think, we're only like 3 episodes in, maybe 4. Yeah, so that's still pretty new. So you plenty of time to catch up.
Cool.
Obviously, stuck in the middle. We're in episode 90.
Right,
But I
right.
mean, feel free to like hop in, especially because they're weekly, so they're kind of like dated, and each title is kind of like named funny. It's like the main thing that we talked about. So just pick a title that sounds fun and go from there. Honestly.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
That's is that on most of like platforms?
It's on, Spotify, Apple,
Nice.
Buzzsprout,
Very nice.
Castbox, any major streaming platform you can find us. Stuck in the Middle Pod.
Gotcha.
Because there's already a Stuck in the Middle podcast, but it's trash.
It's trash.
It's trash.
Yeah.
Give us the name.
Yeah, just give it to him.
Yeah, I feel you.
Podcast beef.
Yeah.
So setting up like events, like music events. You said you've been doing something with Obs, right?
Yeah, so he does Roaring Rhetoric. He's a spoken word artist. And so I host Roaring Rhetoric. It's an open mic, and then at the end we have 2, maybe even 3 touring spoken word acts.
Nice.
So the open mic, it's like it's obviously local people, and it's like $3 to pay, and then you're able to like perform your art, sometimes for the first time, in front of like people.
Nice.
So you can work. It's like a growth in the culture, and then at the end you see touring spoken word artists who get paid for it.
Yep.
And so it counts as almost like inspiration. Everyone chats. It's a real fun culture. Spoken word, honestly, it's super vulnerable, because most of the things they're talking about, it's like their lives, how they see the world, trauma, love, pain, happiness, like everyone has their own like style. So it's like it's really cool to just like see people's thought processes, and then also just being so great with words.
Right. Yeah, and like you said, opening up like that, and like I'm sure most people doing their crafts, putting themselves into it, basically a real big personal part of themselves. Yeah, I've been to a couple of those. I really like it. I think, is there one coming up this weekend?
This Saturday.
Yeah,
this Saturday
the
at
22nd,
Roscox. Right? Yeah, Oz is actually one of the performers, one of the headliners, and he doesn't do it too often, so this is gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
And then he's another artist, the Negro artist,
Caleb, right?
Yep. And he's from Iowa City, and he's super great. He's very like performative with his act. Like he makes you feel away with his words, and then he makes you really feel away by the way he acts it out.
Wow.
And so it's like I very much enjoy him, and then I'm just there to just be like, hey guys, let's have fun.
Yeah.
I'll dance to some music in between. Like it's like I'm there to kind of just like bring the calm, because people are just talking about how they were like abused with a kid.
Right.
And I have to come up and be like,
I've seen it before. Yeah, you're pretty good at like keeping things going along and hosting in that sense, definitely.
Yeah, it's been really fun, because like I said, I've really started growing myself as
I was gonna say podcasting probably
and all that stuff, hosting events and everything, basically the beginning of this year. And I had no idea what I was doing. Luckily I had tons of friends. I'd had so many meetings, and just like tell me everything and taking notes and just kind of figuring out, like, my biggest thing that a friend told me, and they're like I know money is an issue, but if it wasn't, what would you do? How would you go at it? And so I kind of thought about that, and I was like, I know I truly want to be a creative. I want to like grow my podcast. I want to grow other avenues. I want to try to do some other things, and through that and meeting people, and when you know good people, you just continuously meet more good people.
Yep.
And now with the event that I'm throwing, the festival, that's almost like all these like years of me going to shows and meeting people. I'm so proud of this area. Like, we have so much culture that people are not aware of.
I know, seriously.
So much going
Gets
on.
overlooked a lot.
Yeah.
In all sectors, it seems.
Yeah, all genres, everything. Yeah.
And so I was just like, all right, I'm over this. Like, let's figure out a way to highlight us. Like, I want, like, people have learned to like trust me. I'm like, it's Crunkchocolate. He's fun. He's fun. He's positivity. So it's just like, all right, let's bring artists. So it's called The Festival.
Yeah. Festival.
Yeah, and it's monthly. It's not just like a one-time thing. It is monthly. It's always on a Wednesday, and I did that on purpose because, for one, get your ass out of the house.
Yep.
It's just 3 hours. It's 4 bands of differing genres. So I have like hip hop, R&B, some kind of rock, some kind of pop. So in ukulele, like I have some like fun shows coming up.
Nice.
And it's at the Renwick Mansion, which is this really cool Italian villa style mansion in Davenport. Like, it's huge, beautiful. It was built in the 1850s. So it's just like the architecture, everything is really cool about it. And yeah, Wednesdays, get out of your house, $8. So it's
wow. Yeah, that's
incredibly
reasonable,
affordable.
man. Yeah.
I am planning, I'm doing some work. There's actually going to be a VIP because we're going to have an after party.
Oh,
and
nice.
if I can get my way, there will be also like either like swag bags that you'll leave with some businesses, because I'm in talks with some businesses.
Yeah.
Or all you can drink, because also some of the businesses I'm talking to are alcohol. Wow. So I'll have like a videographer, photographers. I have like an interior decorator, so they're gonna bring the ambiance. Like, I'm truly trying to make this like a one-of-a-kind experience.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, especially
I can't
choosing
wait,
that
man.
venue and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like the venue itself already sets the pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I just wanted to bring great artists that I know. I've been able to like connect with a bunch of other artists because they just introduced me to other artists.
Yep.
And so it's good. It's every single month. I already have the next 8 months down. I have the next 6 months already booked.
You have the next 8 months already
Yes.
down. Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
And then
Get
the
that
next
going.
6 booked.
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome.
No, I'm
This
I'm a
is
planner.
legitimate.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
luckily, I learned a lot with my time at the coffee shop,
Yeah.
especially being a store manager for 4 years. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of preparation. It's a lot of communicating and multitasking. So with that, I now have just like my life. And obviously I have like jobs, but a lot of in those jobs is still connecting. There's still some like free time. And so I'm just able to make connects, send emails, reach out to people and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it's been a blessing.
Yeah, and I
Truly.
love shows that have like different genres and shit.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah, and like that's my whole thing is I wanted to be able to get artists in front of faces that they would not.
Right. Yeah. Wouldn't necessarily play to or have a
Exactly.
chance to play to. Yeah.
And so I don't have to like beg for one clicks worth of people to show up. It's just like I just got to get a little bit of people here, and there, and then just people who just like fuck with me. Like,
Right.
Just come.
Definitely.
Just like trust me, it's going to be amazing. Like trust me, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah,
I seen the
'cause-
page for the first one.
Yeah,
And
I just
that's already
announced-
stacked. Dude.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
announced it. Like I'm purposefully trying to like keep the information very like simple,
Yep.
not give you guys too much. Like always having you guys kind of pay attention, and that's how it's always gonna be. I'm just gonna like I'll announce the artist like 3 weeks before it, and then I'll announce like whatever comes with the VIP like the week before, type of thing. So like there's always something to be paying attention to. There's always something to be watching.
Nice.
So yeah, Christian Stockdale, he's like a singer-songwriter. He does like loops with his guitar
Oh, nice.
and stuff like that. So he's super cool. I have T to God. He's a local rapper. Is almost like a trap melodic, and so but he's doing big things. He's touring. He goes.
Wow.
I believe he's just in LA working in a studio, performance music.
Nice.
We have Eugene Levy band. They're a pop punk band, and their energy is so great. Their music is so fun. Like
Nice.
it's great musicians, great energy. Like I'm super happy to have them. And then Torian Ball, and so he's nationally known artist.
Right,
Like
right.
he has a lot of pull, and he's all about positivity, love, and like it's so. I'm excited for him to bring the energy and stuff like that. So yeah, it's music's all over the place, and I'm
Dude,
just
it's stacked,
highlight. Yeah, I'm
man.
just trying to highlight. Just like look, the Quad City. These are all local. Like 3 of them are from the Quad City area, and then Eugene Levy's from Muscatine.
Yeah.
And so like the furthest I want to go is 3 hours, 3.5, because I still want to hit like Madison and Milwaukee and Chicago
Hell yeah.
and Omaha and stuff like that. I still want to get those people, but first and foremost comes this Quad City area because there's still plenty. There's so many artists of so many genres.
Right.
And I've learned that because I don't have like a specific like I'm R&B, hip hop because I grew up in the 90s and that was like prime hip hop R&B. But I moved from Arkansas where basically all I saw were people like me, and I moved up here to Iowa and there aren't as many people like me.
Right.
So I was thrown into rock and pop and punk, and which is just a form of rock and stuff like that. And so these were like music I never really would listen to.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And I never really like thought of anything, and I just connected with who I connected with.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like grew that. And I just seriously like 3-4 months ago, I like the first idea of the festival came up, and I was just like chatting with some people. And then the more I chatted and the more I reached out, it just became more and more of a thing. And next thing you knew, I was just like, holy shit, this is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super organized. It seems like, I mean, very like put together.
Yes.
Already. So.
Luckily, I am an incredibly neurotic person.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like have almost everything figured out
Yep.
before I even made an announcement
Calculated.
for it. I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
want
good.
to kind of be like throwing it together haphazardly.
Yeah, because you don't want anything to fall through like that.
At all.
And, no.
Yeah.
Especially because the way that the Quad Cities works, if you get one chance. So if you do anything the slightest bit to get people to like shit on you,
Right.
they will shit on you.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm just like, you ain't got shit.
Nope.
Like,
Right?
the only way you're gonna complain is gonna be because it's sold out. Because I found out that there is a cap at 150 people. So,
Oh, okay.
But I mean, let's do this.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Because
Good, yeah.
I actually, because I told him, I was like, about this time I have about like 200 or so people who are gonna come, and he was like, well, we can do like 150, and I was just like,
Makes
All
it
right,
more
let's do it.
makes it more exclusive,
Yeah.
and you know, so people will be wanting to go.
Yeah, and I'm super excited because, like I said, I know so many people from so many different. So it's gonna be really cool to just be like, you like this music, I like this music.
Right.
You're into this, I'm into this. I didn't know you were a social person like this. So like, I'm just community, baby.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It'll definitely, I think it will perpetuate the growth of that, like, and the connection between all the creatives and the artists and musicians of all different sorts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already starting to see, I mean, I haven't been paying attention that much, so maybe that's why I haven't in the past, but like, it seems like lately to me, I just feel this like wave of like everybody just working together.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see, especially.
Yeah, it's growing a lot in recent years and shit. The community around here,
Yeah.
artists, musicians, and
There's a lot of significant people. I mean, you're amongst them, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. So
I appreciate that.
it's cool to
Because
cool to see.
I don't feel like it. And it's really cool because I have people coming up to me and like reaching out and being like, thank you, and I'm just like, I'm literally nobody. And it's just like, but I appreciate it. And like it's always feels good to get positive affirmations.
Oh,
because
for
I'm
sure.
real big on giving out positive affirmations, so it feels nice to get them back. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, sure.
Definitely.
So yeah, I just want to never have to leave this area, and so I just want to make this area cool.
Right,
and bring cool things here, and I have so many friends who do that in their own different ways, and I just want to be a part of that without trying to do what others are doing. I want to be me
Yep.
while I do it. So yeah, that's all. This is all I'm doing. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still very much figuring it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's been fun. So thank you for thinking that.
Of course.
It looks like I know what I'm doing because I mean I do. but
That's
I
good.
don't.
That's good.
Right. Yep.
Nice. But yeah, just we were talking earlier about how there's such a culture in the QC with music and art and everything, and it gets overlooked a lot. And I think it a lot of times get overlooked by the people in the QC too.
Oh, yes.
So just having that event with multiple genres and
Yes.
shit, that'll help even just the local people to be
Yes.
like, oh wow, shit, I didn't even know about this
Yes.
or that. So
Yeah.
that'll be
And I'll
great.
admit, I think that's going to be the first time I go to the Renwick Mansion.
There are so many people. There are
that
so many
show,
even
so-
artists that they're just like, I've never performed here. I'm super excited. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to perform here. So yeah, it's just super cool venue, super cool artists, full bar, like everything individually is like solid. So then when you put it all together, you're just like, yes.
Yeah.
Like I just want to make an event that I am excited to go to. And then
Definitely.
hopefully through my excitement and everything that makes everybody else excited about
Yeah.
it. Like,
It definitely does like resonate outwards. I feel like
yeah.
it bleeds through. So
Yeah, people are only going to take things as seriously as you're taking it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I take what I do very seriously. So, what's up?
yeah.
yeah.
What's up?
Just thinking of the name, the festival, that would be kind of cool if eventually it grew into like you put on like a yearly event of an actual like outdoor fest or something with hella
Why are you getting
multi-genre
ahead
things.
of me?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Right, you leaking all the info.
Actually,
You're leaking all my
Might as well
ideas.
just admit it. The April one will actually be a 2-day weekend festival.
Oh, wow.
It will be called The Festival, a festival.
Ah.
I'm very funny with like marketing, sociology. That's my shit. That's what
That's
I
awesome.
did. So yeah, and that's why I named it The Festival, because I wanted it to seem more grand. And because again, people only take things as serious as you do. And yeah, this is like the second it gets warm, I want to do, because it's the mansion, but then they also have like this huge outdoor area, like
wow.
just like open grass and stuff like that. So, and I also know so many other creatives and other forms who do art of their own, or like sell clothing, make clothing, sell vintage clothing, and make things. So it's just like, hey guys, like be prepared in April.
Right.
I'm doing a 2-day festival. It's all gonna be as many local artists and stuff like that. So I might just almost use it like a all-star festival type of thing, and then get like the random sporadic groups and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm super excited. Yeah, that's been. Yeah,
That's
you heard it
awesome.
here.
Yeah. You heard it here first. Thanks, Cody.
April 1 will be. It's gonna be an outdoor like festival, Saturday and Sunday. I don't want to do Friday because that makes things weird. You have no excuse to come and hang out.
Yep.
Saturday, Sunday, weekends, you're not working.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bullshit me.
Right.
So yeah, look forward to that.
That's
Heck
what's
yeah.
up, man. Hell yeah. So yeah, the first one in October.
Yeah,
Coming
October 9th, from 7 to 10. Doors are at 6. Threnwick Mansion. You can follow on Instagram or Facebook. They're both called The Festival Show. So at The Festival Show.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was very lucky to get like that name. Like I thought that handle would be taken. Like obviously
Yeah,
the festival's
yeah.
taken, but not The Festival Show.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this works great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's important too.
Yeah.
Like in this day and age, trying to get
Consistent
those
branding.
handles.
I wanted to make sure that the same names were on both pages because I didn't want to make anything difficult because that's how it is for our Stuck in the Middle.
Yep.
Because like on Instagram we're Stuck in the Middle Pod, but on like Facebook and YouTube we're Fat Boy and Crunkchocolate because Stuck in the Middle was already taken from Punk's Stuck in the Middle podcast.
Which is trash.
So that's
Yeah,
why we
trash.
call ourselves Stuck in the Middle Pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, Stuck in the Middle podcast. I'm sure it's a great podcast. I believe they're from like New York, so I don't even get the Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Stuck in the
I'm trying to
middle.
talk nicely of them, but I'm like shitting on them at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're great people.
We're like
They-
stuck in the middle.
I'm sure they're great.
I said it.
I like it. But they, I believe they just like they interview like doctors and like business people and stuff like that. So it's just like that's fun. But I've listened to a little bit. It just kind of comes off a little like elitist. And so what we do is it's like topical podcast. So we talk about the world.
Yeah.
We talk about what we've been up to. We start off by talking about what we're up to, and then from there we kind of like talk about what's going on in the world, silly stuff, music, movies. Like basically, I talk about things that I kind of like care about, or just like funny stories. And Fat Boy just shits on me basically the entire time. Like, that's literally what it is. But it's a good time. Like it's a really good time. Like we seriously will just be like, "You're an idiot," and he's like, and you're stupid, and I'm like, "Idiot's worse."
That's the hilarity in it. Just you guys going back and forth too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Having the humor in the podcast is always a good draw.
Yeah, exactly. And then at the end, we play like a song of the week for each of us. And normally it's like an up and coming artist and stuff like that. He tends to play like some of like the bigger artists, like if a song like slaps for him and stuff like that. But I've always kind of been like that whole like indie, grassroots, growing type of thing because when I was growing up, that was like 2005, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was like indie was the shit to be indie.
Right.
And now you just want to seem indie, but you're not indie.
Yeah.
And so like, but I love it. It's just like people who are grinding, people who are like truly like putting themselves out there in their art and stuff like that. So I like being like, hey, you're great. Here's your song. Yeah. And it's really cool because those are the people who tend to like comment and be like, thank you, or reach out and stuff like that. So that even like that geeks me out because it's just like, how do you see me? Like it's really cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
when,
definitely.
Like again, when love is reciprocated.
Nice.
I was gonna ask, do you was there a reason when you chose the name Crunkchocolate? Is there any story behind that?
Homie Cody Tucker, it was the night before he shipped out to join the Navy, so this was like 4 or 5 years ago, because I refused to get an Instagram. Like that was my thing. I was just like, I'm not doing it. It's what people do. Cool, it's just fucking pictures. It doesn't make any sense. Because I like Twitter, because Twitter is just like silly and stupid. I only have like 350 followers. Like I purposely do it that way because it's just like I just want to have fun and be stupid. And we just like ran around town taking pictures and having a good time. And I woke up and he was like, I made you a fucking Instagram. You better take it. Name it, change your password, you're good. And this was literally at like 4:30 in the morning because I was going to work to open a fucking coffee shop. I do not miss that. And it just popped in my head because for the most part, I'm a very like energetic, fun party guy. I like drinking. I'm like, woo! And so like Crunk. And then I'm just a chocolate man. So Crunkchocolate. It's super simple. I literally did not overthink it. It was I've been awake for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I think that's when the best things come out.
Yeah.
You know?
And it worked. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, very
Nice.
suitable.
Yeah.
Man, fucking opening a coffee
brand.
shop. That's got to open early too, right?
Yeah. Technically, I would have to be up at like 3:45, 3:30 to be there at 4:30 to open at 5.
Oh, good God.
Like shit was trash.
Yeah, no
but
way.
when you're doing it, you don't really think about it.
Right.
And then I like the biggest thing I told people was when I stopped working for them, I was dreaming again because I was like so stressed.
Yeah.
I was working so hard and like trying to make everybody happy, and you can never really do that shit. Like I personally, who I am, was not fit for that because you have to like literally manipulate. You have to like make people feel like you are like thinking about them and you care about them,
Acting
without you actually caring. But I did care, and I was telling them I cared, but then they weren't thinking that I didn't care because they thought it was all bullshit. And so like it, and I was, and
That's gotta be
so I was stressed. But when you're like so deep in it, you're not aware,
right.
and then you get out of it, and you're just like, oh wow.
You said you started dreaming, having dreams.
Yeah, like
again?
literally the next day, I like whenever I would have a dream, I was like being chased, or I was trying to get from like point A to point B, and I was always like getting stopped, or like I was trying to run and everyone's running so much faster than I am.
Yeah. Or like those dreams where you go to punch somebody and it's like, you're trying your hardest, but these
What
just
is
weak
that?
ass
Yes.
punches. It's
Like,
a phenomenon,
it's
dude.
so crazy.
Everybody, I feel like everybody's had that.
Yeah, and then that like literally that night, it was like color, bright, vivid. I might have even been like flying and shit. Like it was crazy.
Nice.
Like I woke up. I didn't have to be up at 3:30. Like it was the craziest feeling. I mean, I worked there for 10 years, so I had almost like a quick like question of my personality, like who am I?
Yeah.
Because it was like 10 years.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you feel like maybe is this defining who I am or how I act?
I had like a quick little meltdown, and I'm not really the type to like have meltdowns or whatever. But honestly, my mom helped, but she helped by making it worse. Like she's a very like protective. Yeah. And they still live down in Arkansas, and she was just like, basically, come to us. We'll make everything better. And I was like, I don't want to do this. And she was like, she was so excited to have her firstborn back. And I was just like, I'm upset. Like we're talking about me and my feelings. I don't care about you right now. Like talking about me. And all she was just like, calm down, calm down. I was just like, all right, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get off the phone, Mom. I love you. Like, bye. And so that kind of like helped because I was just like, no, this isn't what I want to do. I want to stay here. I now need to figure out how I can stay here
and be
how
happy.
I can make this. Yes. And it has been a grind because you go from like a salary job, living a decent life, like you get paid a decent amount, like running a coffee shop. Yeah. And I went from just like working in an everyday job and like grinding and doing everything that I'm doing. But like truly, I feel way more free.
Nice.
Like being not broke, but being broke, like compared to how I was. And now like the money's starting to come. We now like Stuck in the Middle has like business sponsors. I now have like studios trying to like recruit us, and it's like small stuff because now they're like, join us, we can get you commercials, we want you to join us, but you have to pay us.
Right.
This literally makes no sense. Why would I do that?
Right.
And so and they always like the last one I chatted with, they literally kept it to the end. And when I was like, all right, so how much does this cost? Because like I knew that's what they were on.
Yeah, there's a cap.
And then they were just like, oh, I always forgot. I was like,
got it.
Like fake ass studio in like New York, like in this like super giant office. Like it was really cool because like I said, that's like a step. So the next step is like, all right, I want you to join us. We're gonna set you up. It's free. So it's like the progress is happening. People like our listens have like jumped significantly. Nice. People are reaching out and stuff like that. So it's all coming together, and so that's been beautiful. That's been fantastic. Like because there are definitely some like stressful because I was like, what am I doing? Is this even worth this?
Right.
Like, am I actually doing something?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be doing this for nothing? And now like the light is starting to show.
Heck yeah.
Just like, keeping at it.
Definitely.
And so I'm excited. It's inspiration.
Nice. So one more time, Roy and Rhetoric is this weekend at Roz Talks.
Correct.
Okay.
Roscox.
Saturday.
This Saturday. Starts at 7:30. Doors are at 6:30. $3 for the first 8 open mic performers.
Okay.
And then we cap it at 8 because we've had the last couple of times we've had to like turn people away.
Oh wow.
And like we started doing this in like February, March, and we would get maybe like 2-3 performers, and now we're starting to turn performers away. And so like it truly has grown to be like a culture. Like they're coming, they're bringing friends. It's starting to be like packed house stuff like that. So like truly like it's been amazing. Like just watching everyone getting to know each other. We're now starting to like remember names and being like, how you been and stuff like that. Like it's culture.
Nice.
It's dope.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
And then October, the festival.
October 9th, the festival.
It's gonna be big.
I'm super excited. Like, I try not to get excited. It's just like a bad habit of mine. And it's really starting to hit me. Like, it really hit me like 2 weeks ago because I was like talking with someone about it right when I first announced it. And I was just like, yeah, I guess people are coming because like they just trust my name, my voice and everything. And I was just like, holy shit!
Wait, I built this brand.
Is literally on me. This is bad. People are gonna like not trust me anymore. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I for one won't. No.
And I would not blame you. Like truly, like
we have to delete this one off the air.
It gets a couple of weeks and just like, oh,
I'm stoked, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Do you have
that's gonna be
anything else coming up that you want people to know about?
No, at least I'm not in the moment. I mean, maybe but no, I just the festival on October 9th. You can again follow those on the social medias at the festival show. Stuck in the Middle podcast. That's a weekly podcast that comes out on Fridays. So the episode drops tomorrow, but I mean we have plenty more that you can listen to. That's at Stuck in the Middle Pod on Instagram. Facebook is at Fat Boi and Crunkchocolate. Yeah, that's really solid. What's Tappening? Those just come out kind of sporadically because he edits those. Glenn edits those episodes. So those take some time, but again, we have 3 episodes of that, and that's What's Tappening podcast. So that's on all major streaming platforms, and you can find us. We have a Facebook and an Instagram, and that's What's Tappening podcast. Yeah, and then I guess check out me personally on Instagram. I just post the fun things that I'm up to, my great friends who do like really cool things and fun things, silliness that I'm into. I feel like it's a pretty fun thing to follow, and so that's at Crunkchocolate, CRUNKCHOCOLATE, and I do that every single time. I just like spell it out.
Oh, you got to sometimes.
Some people are dumb and they need.
Well, they're just like
some people spell weird.
Chocolate, and I'm like, yeah, Crunkchocolate, and then so that's why I spell it.
I do have to ask. I see these videos, and I don't know how often you post them. Of you just getting down in the store?
Yeah. So
that like lightens up my day when I see that, man.
One of the jobs I work at is the Full Kit, which is so dope. Like men's clothing boutique, downtown Davenport. It's across from the Davenport Library. To the left of us is Oh So Sweet by Tiffany. It's a bakery. And it's so good. They also do like lunch. They do like sandwiches and stuff like that.
Nice.
But they make all kinds of like desserts and stuff. And then to the right of me is Endless Brews, which is this really amazing craft beer place. Like 20 beers on tap. The owner is an advanced Cicerone, so he knows so much. Like he can taste the beer and know what the hops are, the yeast are, like it's And then to the right of them is me and Billy. So it's like a really cool little slack. And yeah, so I do 2 videos. I do like a dance into some music, and I change the songs, and it's a mixture of me like having fun and being goofy, but also there are moments where I gotta let people know I can groove.
Right.
And so it's like a minute long video, and then I also like play music, and I like highlights like the clothing, and so I'll be like, these are the things that we got and stuff like that.
That store looks so nice.
Yeah.
Like it's a really sweet setup.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah. Mitch is a dope dude, and he's been doing it for like 17 years. So like he's so deep, and the people that he knows, and he's so nice, and his wife is so nice, and they have this cute little baby, and it's just like. That's another thing. They've been here in Davenport for 4 years, but before that they were in Iowa City, and so like people still come in and they're just like, "How long has this been here?" And I'm like, 4 years, bro. So that's great. Like they're here, they're doing good, but there's still people getting to know them.
Yeah.
And truly, he'll get shoe releases that he's like one of like 24 shops in the whole nation.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of like low key amazing drops. Like people travel here from like Chicago and stuff like that to get like shoe releases.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What all kinds of clothes do they sell?
Shirts.
Just
pants.
men's stuff?
Yeah, it's all men's, but it also sell like shoes and like pins, candles, even like body wash and hair shampoo and stuff like that. He's really grown, and it's pants, joggers, shorts. It's truly like every guy should, especially who wants to kind of like be an individual.
Yeah.
Like come there, shop there. The sales is completely affordable. You can get super dope shoes that were like $120 and they're now marked down to like $60.
Wow. So
like you can still get really cool swaggy stuff, and the way that it works is he gets like one of each size in clothing, and once it sells, so he doesn't restock, so everything is still fresh. It's this year's clothing and stuff like that. So you come and you get a shoe, you're like one of like 10 guys in this area who have that shoe, unless like you went somewhere else to buy it or you bought it online. And there's no upcharging. Like seriously, you can see a shoe, you can look up like on the Adidas, Saucony, Nike, Red Wing store, and that's how much it's priced.
Yeah. Wow.
Like he truly is such a great guy. He's in it to like raise and highlight and be like, hey, there are dope things that you can get in this area. And so like that's basically what I do. Like because my family's been in Arkansas for so long, I've been able to just like go where I want and find all the things that interest me and the cool things. So like that's kind of like that's what's became my thing, is just like finding all the like hidden gems in this area and stuff like that. And I pride myself on that. Like I want to be one of the like people who have like the keys to the city. Like anybody who comes to this area, hey, where should I go check out?
Oh yeah.
Well, what do you want? There's this, because there truly is so much. But unfortunately, when people come here, they go, oh yeah, we have fucking Applebee's. Like people like that's what people want to go to, like the same basic things. It's just like we have so many like small businesses where the people are from here. So if you support that place, the money is staying here. It's going to people that are from here, and they're here to like enrich this community. And so like that's all my whole thing is, just like let's keep the money here, let's grow this area.
That's what I like doing when I go out of town too, is like where can I not go to a chain restaurant or whatever, you know?
Like I get it, technically those chains, there are local people who work there and everything, but the money still goes to the corporation that they truly are only here because they know they can get money from us. They're not here because they want to be here for us, they just want to take our money.
Right.
So fuck those guys.
There you go. What was the name of that place again? The clothing store?
The Full Kit.
The Full Kit.
The Full Kit.
Check it out.
Yeah, please do. And then they also have an Instagram and a Facebook at The Full Kit, and he'll post like real cool clothing combinations, and he has like a really good eye. Like the photos he takes are really cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Well, man, thanks for coming on. It's been a blast, to be honest.
Appreciate it, man.
Royce,
I appreciate it.
Also, thank you for posting those videos of you getting down to the store, because that shit brightens up my day, dude. I just sit in my news and I'm like, wow, this is great. I get a little. It's contagious too, you know.
I like one of the biggest things I did learn working at the coffee shop. They are definitely like a positive mentality place. And I've always been a positive mentality place, but they also would challenge you to stay that.
Right.
Because like one of the things is people truly don't care if you have a bad day.
Yeah.
They don't.
Right.
I mean, they really don't. And so especially when you're like giving them coffee, they just expect you to be happy. And so like, it's just like, So it kind of like broke me in like the best way. Cause it's just like, I've had like this was like 4 years ago. And it was like, there was this Australian dude. Actually, it was like 6 years ago. There was this Australian dude here for work. I think he was working I think he was doing the John Deere Classic, so he's a golfer. And he ordered a cappuccino, and he was just like camping out at the handoff plane. And so people had to like go around him, and he's just talking, being his own Australian guy. He asked me for a refill, and I was like, no worries, bro, I got you. And I gave him the refill, and then he asked for like 3 more, and I was like, bro, you basically have like a brand new drink. Is there any like espresso left in there? And then he just was screaming at me.
I know.
I'm the customer. I'm always right, aren't I? And I was like steaming. I don't get angry.
Right.
And the homie Ori came up to me and like tapped me on the shoulder and goes, "Take a break," and I just go, "Thank you," and I just like storm off, and that literally broke me. Like that was like the most angry I've ever been. So like now everything is just like literally no worries.
Yeah.
Like
Hell yeah, dude.
I forget about many things, and people will be like, "Hey, I'm sorry for like what I said," and I'm like, I don't even remember.
Just kind of
like,
rolls right off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
that's
nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks again, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Hey, stay tuned. Next week, we'll have Johnny Depp on.
Hey, I'm just gonna hang out in the corner and be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks again, Royce.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Peace out.
See you guys.
See you.